Alright, hey Matt, I got your video. I figured I would just make a video and I'm gonna post it on YouTube and I'll send that to you because I feel like that's the easiest way right now. We can video chat on like Google Meet or Google Voice, whatever it is now. I have that app, so we can do that. You don't have to worry about an iPhone or anything like that. Okay, so, okay, first of all, first thing, I am a full-time Uber driver. That's what I do. Um, so I lived in Florida for 3 years before I moved here, and I worked for Camping World RV for 7.5 years as an internet sales manager. So I did really, decent for myself. I was making $60,000 a year, doing pretty good, and that was great. Um, just gonna give you a little background right now, so you can kind of understand where I'm at this point. Um, so I kind of fell into it. A friend from Collegiate, Greg McGeorge, his dad had an RV dealership. I got a job there. They got bought out by Camping World, and corporate people came in. They thought very highly of me. I got promoted to a management position really quickly. I worked for that company for 7.5 years, and about 2.5 years, 2.5 years before I stopped working for there, I moved to Florida with the guy I was dating at the time. And I relocated within the company, continuing, another job within the company there. And shortly after moving to Florida, I broke up with the guy I was dating at the time. He's very close to me. He's the only guy I've ever dated that was actually a good person and didn't lie and cheat on me. But our relationship had ran its course and we just needed to, I was holding him back and I needed to deal with my shit. I had a lot going on. Another side note is before I moved to Florida, I stopped drinking. I had a lot of bad nights and a lot of bad things happen, and I realized I needed to stop drinking to get some clarity on my life, so I did. So for a year plus, I didn't have a sip of alcohol, and that continued till I went to Florida. And that's kind of what made me realize that, like, I was in a relationship with somebody that I love deeply and I care about deeply. He's like family to me, but we weren't meant for each other. So he was never going to leave me, so I knew I had to make the choice to, end the relationship. And everything now is great. We're very close friends, so it worked out. But so I did that, and I started, I've been in relationships my whole life, like probably 12 years straight. I was in relationships with like maybe a month or 2 or 3 months, 4 months in between at most. So I have been single for like 3.5 years now. Like, so that's a huge deal for me. Like, I've been like, discovering myself, figuring out a lot about myself. And I had the opportunity to move here. It got really tough after I quit my job at Camping World because I was burnt out with sales, and that's not the job I wanted to do ever. I just was good at managing people. I'm very likable. I'm very good at communicating with people and bringing out the best in people because I'm just I was trying to, make people feel good, like, the way I want to. But, so, it got really, really tough after that, and I had this opportunity to move here. And once I got here, I was just doing Uber Eats. Just like, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll get job back in sales. Maybe I'll find something different. I was thinking about like hotel management, stuff like that. And my car was like not the best. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a new car. So not a new car, but new to me car. So I bought I have a Hyundai Tucson. I love that fucking car. It's so great. 4-wheel drive, because I love never have to have it. And because it was like not an old car, I could do Uber rides. And I started doing that here, and I make $30 to $60 an hour doing that. And I do great. I have my own health insurance set up. there's a very complex relationship I have with our father. That's a really big discussion. We're going to have it another time, and this is not the time. But this story includes him, so I'm sorry I have to put him in it. But he was trying to ask the things he could do to, help out, and I asked him just like, hey, could you just help me research independent health insurance? Like, because I think I want to do the Uber rides. I make as much as I did being a sales manager. Like, I mean, I easily, when I'm, working, I work 5 days a week, I work 10 hours, I make $1,500 a week no matter what. So I'm making, $60,000 to $75,000 a year easily, if not more, if I work a little bit extra. But this has just been like something I've been doing within the last like 4 or 5 months, and been kind of a lot going on, still discovering myself, wasn't working a lot going on, and now I've got a plan, I'm ready to get my own place, make a life here. I'm making good money while I'm doing. I have health insurance set up. But, my health insurance, I gotta make sure that anybody I see is, within my provider thing. It's a lot. I feel like when you have independent health insurance, not as many doctors are in your coverage plan and stuff like that. So it's a little more difficult, but I'm good there. Like, I've got that covered. I make good money. I've got health insurance. I've got my own room here in my apartment now. And October 1st, I'm moving into an apartment that is awesome. Like, it's a great place. I've got my budget set out to where everything's good. I don't have much debt at all. I've been actually fortunate that I haven't dug a hole in that way or anything like that. I've got like, a little bit of debt that I'm going to pay off. Just a couple credit card things that, nothing huge. Nothing huge. Well, now we're talking like tens of thousands of dollars, nothing crazy like that. Like, I actually, that's one of the great things about my last ex is he helped me like learn to be very financial responsible, which I never learned from anybody. I was just like reckless. I didn't know anything. So that has helped a lot. So like what you did for me was send me some money. Has honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't spent a dime of it. It's just, I don't have much savings. I've got a little bit of savings, and just knowing that I don't have to be stressed out because I know I need a big deposit for my apartment. I think it's like $800. Not a big deal. But I have that. Good. That's done. I know my apartment complex is nice. It's a new building. It's very close to downtown Denver. I'm paying a little extra because like I want like enclosed parking garage, like where my car is safe and I don't have to worry about like the snow and stuff and like digging my car out and stuff because I use my car for work. I am an Uber driver. That's all I do. But yeah. So all right. Now what do I want to say? Okay. So there's a whole bunch of background as to where I am now. Yeah, there's a lot we're gonna probably talk about, I'm sure, with dad and mom and all that shit. But thank you. Twice so far you've genuinely surprised me. And that means the world to me because first thing is you apologize for this is gonna sound, to me this sounds selfish. I don't know if it is, but it does. You apologize for how you treated me when I was younger. I know you weren't like, oh, I want to hurt Dan, I want to make him feel like shit. You were emulating shit that was not okay, and it wasn't really your fault. But thank you for saying you're sorry. And the second thing is, thank you. I was so not okay with how Dad was talking to you in that conversation. I was so fucked up. And that was just good old Tim being Tim. Good stuff. But it's not okay. He shouldn't talk to you like that. And yeah, I actually remember that moment. I almost cut my finger off. I remember that stuff. Specifically, I remember that because that shit was almost like dangling. It's almost like this finger was never here. But when Dad was doing that and he was attacking me like that, it reminded me of very specific times in our lives where I think we were both sitting on the what I'll call the West Wing. I don't know if it was East or West, East Wing, West Wing, whatever. I think we were both sitting in our room scared shitless, wishing we were both gonna come into each other's room and be like, "Hey, are you good?" But like we were terrified, probably to open the fucking door. And the first time I knew, and I didn't know it at the time, but now looking back, the first time I knew, because look, you're my big brother, but we're like the same age. Nobody should have been tasked with being the big brother. There was only one person that should have been tasked with the big brother. It was neither of us. The first time I should have realized I should have been worried about my brother, who was just equal playing field, was when I used to hear you embellish drastically about things. Because I think you were, like me, not very happy with who we were. And we wanted to be better than we were, wanted to be more than we were, and we didn't think people were going to like us. And I heard you one time telling, the way I'm going to say this is what I'm going to say this, is tall tales. Not lies, just exaggerations of our lives. I don't know if you thought making it more dramatic would make it more, people would like you more. But like, I think looking back, that's when I should have been like, damn, my brother is just as hurting as much as I am, and he needs me just as I need him, and I shouldn't be waiting for him. Like, he's my big brother, but like, we're not, like, this isn't Aaron. We're the same age, basically. So, I'm sorry I didn't try harder. I'm sorry I wasn't more than I was, because I wish I would have just opened the door and been like, hey, you good? Because this shit's getting kind of wild right now. Like, there's a lot of crazy shit happening. Are you okay? Like, we weren't taught that, though. So, we can run back and forth about this all day long. But I did want to say that I'm sorry, because I equally could have tried harder and, put myself out there to see how my brother was doing. But I think this is a good start. This isn't too long a video. And yeah, so thank you for this opportunity. I hope we can keep with this. And like I said, I've got the Google Voice, Google Meet, whatever it is called nowadays. We can just use that. We don't have to worry about FaceTime. So it's like not too late here. I'm about to go to bed. I worked not too late tonight because it's the weekdays, so I don't work crazy late. Weekends are late nights. Ugh. It's like no traffic, easy money. It's like so great, and the people that drink are just usually happy, so they're in great moods, and they love me because I'm a sweetheart. What can I say? But yeah. Also, like, just hearing your voice and seeing you, man, like, don't know what happened. Like, it's just good to see that. Like, it's like awesome. Like, it's pretty cool just to see you're there and you're good and you're you. And that's all you have to be. So, I'll talk to you soon. Good night, brother.